Hello, good morning for me and good evening for you, correct?
Yeah. Absolutely, it's evening here now.
So it's very interesting. I started these small interviews 20 episodes ago, and my first guest was from Singapore. This is episode number 20, and I have people from Singapore as well. And you are special because everybody spoke about something in theory what they did. You're the first guest I speak that I'm proud enough to show I have a physical copy of your work.
Wonderful.
So I received two of your books. I already tested the book with one of my friend's sons. He read the book in like 25 minutes, enjoyed it. It was interesting because when he started looking on the book, like, oh, there's a word search. So he was very, very excited. So he kind of went back and then front versus front to back, but yeah, kids. Mm-hmm. So tell me about the book. What is this book about?
I love that. First of all, thank you for sharing that book with your friends' kids. So to know about where and how the book started is we have to go back in time and know about how me and Nina first met. So we met at a venture builder as serial entrepreneurs, and we've been running businesses together and separately for the past couple of years. And when I met Nina, she was actually from the cybersecurity industry. She was training corporates and educating kids on cyber awareness and kind of practicing good cyber hygiene. And when I met her, she came to me and said, look, there's a huge pain point I'm facing professionally and personally as a mother of three kids, in that all the resources out there on cyber safety is very boring and it's not very visually stimulating, or it's just too much information for the kids to absorb, and we need to do something about that. So me coming from a design and retail background, we decided to put our skills to good use, which is when we first created Ready, Get, Set, Connect. So we decided to inject a lot of fun, a lot of color, interactive puzzles and activities into the book, as well as create all these quirky characters with different personalities so that the kids can really sink their teeth into cyber safety, which is not actually a very sexy topic to learn about. So we've designed the book as kind of an encyclopedic type of book where kids can go back and forth in the topics, and they can learn about phishing, grooming, fake news, and cyberbullying, and also learn about digital privacy and passwords. And so yeah, I'll let Nina tell you about kind of the success that we've found through the book so far.
Yeah, when I started, I was working in the cyber awareness area. So I knew we'd be successful with the book, but I really didn't know how successful we'd be. So we've had a really exciting 6 months where we've had the support and endorsement from cybersecurity leaders. And we've sold over 30,000 copies of the book, really engaging with the schools here in Singapore, working with the IMDA here in Singapore as well, who've really supported us in their outreach to get people to look at what we're doing. And we've gone a very different route to a consumer book. We've gone very much to a B2B audience, to talk to people who've got their clients at home, homeschooling, who understand the issues, and they're saying that we get where you're at, and here's a resource that's really going to support and help you. So it's been an exciting journey.
What is the age for the readers?
Okay, so when I first started this, I had a very clear age. It was 8 to 12 years of age. And then I got into the hands of parents who then said, oh, I don't know what 2FA is, and I don't know what a VPN is. And then we realized actually we're doing much greater work than that. So parents were getting to understand issues the kids were dealing with. People didn't know you could be phished in Roblox. Or you could face a scam while you're on Instagram. So it's really a family book, but if you want to start reading it, 8 years upwards is when you're going to get the content.
What will be the most topic that the kids are or maybe don't understand at all, or there's a problem with the kids that you think parents need to educate the kids with?
Okay, so there's two answers to that. The kids will tell you that the problems they have are with scamming on the internet, not knowing what's real. The parents and the teachers quite wisely will say cyberbullying is something that the kids won't recognize themselves. people don't talk about it. It's something we can't really grasp out of our children at that secretive age is a real problem. While the children are more worried about losing their adopted pets on Roblox because they've been scammed out of it. So it's a very different thing. Kids are also really worried about FOMO and missing out. My friend has it. Why am I not allowed this? So there's also how liberal is my parent? And I'm assuming that people listening to this podcast are probably not as liberal, but some kids get a lot of screen time and a lot of undetected screen time. And everybody wants that at that age.
Yeah, I think that's something that we try to teach in our, because we run student workshops and parent webinars as well. And all the parents ask us like, how much screen time is too much? How much, what should I give my kids? And we say, well, now we can't really control them. It's kind of all over the place. But what we can teach and what we try to teach is the critical thinking part, where they are in check and they keep themselves cyber safe with the tools and the skills that we're trying to teach.
I like the idea that the kids reading about this, understanding this, and of course need to go to the parents and explain to them what they learn as well. And in some cases, not all the parents know everything as well. And cyberbullying is definitely scary for me as a parent of 3, little one. Nice. So what's the future of the book and how this interview can help you? I'm wondering if people can, of course, we're going to post a link where people can read more about the book.
Yeah, so in terms of our passion and our mission for the book, it's really to make an impact where it really matters, to get the book into the hands of as many children as possible. We've really found that this has worked for us, one, through schools and CSR, for companies who want to really take on cyber awareness and not just talk about cybersecurity from a point of view of product sales, but actually drive the conversation and the vision moving forward. So what are we really doing to educate our children and give them the tools for the future? So companies who are interested in having that conversation, we're really interested in creating an impact with them as well. Michelle can tell us you about our second book, which comes on the top of this book, that really helps the whole conversation. Before
we go into the second book, I have a very, very serious question to you.
Yes.
I know a lot of people in cybersecurity, majority of them in one way or form teaching other people. I'll be frank with you. I don't want them to teach my kids because they're going to be boring as hell for my kids. And right. Probably me as well. It's all the numbers, IPs and IPsec VPNs are not something my kids will be fascinated about it. So what is the kind of a criteria needed for somebody that can teach kids about cybersecurity?
It's to bring it to life. Actually, when Michelle says it's not very sexy, I think now she would say it's very sexy. Cybersecurity is really interesting. The knowledge and the facts and the information out there, it's modern day spying, James Bond material. So if kids can understand it at that level, superhero level, then they can dial it down and say, okay, I can be part of this mission. I always say it's like when my parents were taught about the seatbelt, they used to put all 5 of us in the back. I'm one of 5 girls, and we'd just be in the back of the car without a seatbelt. They would never do that with their grandchildren because they've been educated on it in an engaging fashion, educated upwards. The kids came home and said, we shouldn't be doing this. Same with cybersecurity. If we can educate the kids first, behavior will change, and hopefully they'll look at us and our generation and be like, you used to do what on the internet? You used to post what? You need to change because kids can see these characters, they can see the life in this subject, and that's where the book and all the add-ons we have really help.
Awesome. Michelle, we only have a minute or two, so please tell us about the next book.
Perfect. So the next book that we're launching is on mental health and digital well-being. So as we've kind of worked through the basics of cybersecurity, now we're addressing, like Nina said before, FOMO, social media dysmorphia, gaming addiction, and all the kind of behavioral aspects of what it means to be online. The bigger vision for the company, our Cyberlitebooks, is really to create impactful conversations by empowering the next generation. Again, like Nina said, it's about educating upwards. So we also have a book on diversity, equity, and inclusion coming out, as well as sustainability. So we're trying to kind of create this conversation on topics that matter but aren't getting taught in schools. So yeah, check us out at cyberlitebooks.com if you're interested.
Ladies, thank you very much. We'll
Thank you.
definitely
very much.
post it and post to the website. Thank you.
Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you.